Good evening. Great to have you here with us. I am Joshua Robinson, and tonight Idaho State Police are warning the public about an increase in deadly overdoses connected to fentanyl in Kootenai County. They say the deaths involved 4 men and 1 woman, ranging in age from 15 to 60 years old, and that they appear to be accidental and unrelated. Our Morgan Trow sat down with local law enforcement to find out the dangers of this synthetic opioid and what we can do to stop a dangerous trend.
Over the past 8 days, 5 people in Kootenai County died of suspected fentanyl overdoses. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office says this sharp increase shows a greater trend in the rise of drugs being laced with the highly potent opioid. The HIDTA task force works to intercept drugs as they come across the community on highways. The local Kootenai County unit says overdose deaths rose by nearly 40% in 2020.
It's a disturbing trend, not, like I said, just not locally, but nationwide. You know, we talk about pandemic every day, and that's truly what we're dealing with here.
Sheriff's Office Sergeant and HIDTA team member John Brandel says one of the lead players in the opioid epidemic is man-made drug fentanyl.
It is 50 times stronger than many of the opioids that are out there. And it is incredibly dangerous because something as small as, 2 grains of salt, 2 milligrams of this stuff can be a fatal dose.
So just avoid fentanyl, right? Well, it's not that simple.
We've had cocaine case, methamphetamine, marijuana, heroin, and then there's just a myriad of pills that are out there, Xanax, OxyContin, and it's difficult. You can't tell.
Not only are other drugs laced with fentanyl, he says there's no quality control when the drug is made illicitly. It is possible that in the same batch of pills, one can have a tiny trace amount of the drug, while another has a lethal dose. He adds you should assume that any drug bought illegally has the synthetic opioid in it. He says the drug does not discriminate. It makes its way into all communities. The youngest death this week was a 15-year-old. He says that parents need to start talking to their kids about this drug, and just because it's in a pill form and not injected or smoked doesn't make it safe. But he says community members don't like to talk about the county's drug problem.
It's either head in the sand mentality. People don't want to know it's there. It's the underbelly of society. It's not prevalent. And so, we've got to just stand up and say, hey, enough's enough. And we got to take that stand. And like I said, acknowledge that it's there.
If you have any information on anyone supplying counterfeit prescription pills, the Sheriff's Office urges you to call the Idaho Tip Line or the Coeur d'Alene Police. Morgan Trow, KREM 2 News.
Thank you, Morgan. In a controversial decision this week, Eastern Washington University's interim president, David May, has recommended its athletic department stays in Division I. Now, this means the football program will stay, but that cuts would be made to degree programs. Of course, this is just a recommendation for now, and the Board of Trustees will have the final say in June. The university did hire an independent consultant to review the school's athletics. The finding of that report found that when other schools drop their football programs, they show a negative effect on enrollment numbers. And we actually broke this news to an Eastern journalism student this week. Take a listen.
I am a journalism major, so not ideal to hear.
You're in the journalism school?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And this is the first time you're hearing about this.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to break the news to you. So that can't be easy to hear.
Nah, not ideal, but hopefully I can graduate before they end up cutting the program, but we'll see, I guess.
President May also added the fact that of 180 responses from the community, from Eastern students and alumni, 135 of those voices supported staying in Division I. That, along with other input from the community, led the president to his recommendation. And we know this is a lot of information surrounding this story. For more details on the interim president's recommendation, you can text EWU to 509-448-2000. All right, we're taking a look outside. Meteorologist Michelle Boss coming in with us tonight to tell us we're seeing the rain coming through right now across state line, right?
Yeah, that's right. Things are still pretty quiet in Spokane, at least Spokane City. Spokane Valley is probably seeing some showers right now, but it got stormy and weather turned on a dime out in the Coeur d'Alene area. This is a live look out at Lake Coeur d'Alene where temperatures dropped about 15 degrees. They saw some thunder and lightning and even some heavy rain out there. We can take a look at the storm as it moved through on radar, and you can see quite a bit of lightning as it crossed to I-90 there. Some pretty strong winds as well as that continues to push to the northwest. Spokane Airport and the rest of Spokane, as these storms move into Washington, they tend to kind of lose some of their steam coming off that higher terrain. But I still expect to see some showers over the next hour this evening. And you can see temperatures, big drop there in Coeur d'Alene, 52 degrees, 65 still in Spokane, 67 in Deer Park. Of course, we'll see things cool off as that rain moves through. Wind gusts of 25 miles per hour in Coeur d'Alene. It peaked at about 35 miles an hour as the storm pushed through in the last half hour. We'll see those showers push through, I think, in the next hour, and then things relatively quiet for the rest of the evening here in Spokane as temperatures dip down into the 40s overnight and early tomorrow morning, but breezy conditions expected Sunday and Monday. We'll have some isolated showers here on Sunday and Monday. Better chance to see some more widespread rain on Tuesday. The high tomorrow, though, pleasant 70 degrees.
Checking with Michelle a little bit later this evening. One of our other top stories tonight, the Dishman Hills Conservancy and the Colville National Forest have given away 600 trees today at the Wilson Conservation Area. Now, the goal of their Forest at Home program is to restore native vegetation around the area. Today's visitors also took this opportunity to get some tours of the conservation area and receive some information about fire safety.
I'm hoping that they get a chance to learn something new. They'll learn a little bit about maybe the larch or the ponderosa, what areas they grow best in. Are they a high elevation tree or a low elevation tree? Just really a chance to see something new that maybe they've never done before. Maybe they've never even seen a baby tree and held one.
Trees that were given away today include white pines, ponderosa pines, and western larch, which were all supplied by the USDA Coeur d'Alene Nursery. Well, are you ready to unmask at work and mingle with your coworkers again face to face? Well, the State Department of Labor and Industry says employers will first have to verify that their employers are vaccinated. Now, in a new guidance, L&I says fully vaccinated employees do not have to mask or distance at work unless their employer or public health agency requires it. They could also check employees' vaccination status at the start of each shift or ask vaccinated workers to wear a special badge. Join us tonight at 10 and 11. We'll tell you more details on what one company is doing to adjust to these new rules. In other vaccine news, the Spokane Arena is hosting vaccination happy hour events in an effort to get the community vaccinated. The events are happening from 5 to 7 p.m. on May 25th and then again on June 2nd, 8th, and 16th. They will include free food from local vendors and music and giveaways. There will also be drawings for tickets to upcoming concerts at the arena. 1 dose Johnson & Johnson vaccines will be given at these events. People can either schedule an appointment online or you can just walk up during the vaccination happy hours.